So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another zombies video. I am BlackOpsAmazing, and today we are going to be taking a look at not only the 6th but also the 7th Dr. Monty Wisp within Gorod Krovi. Now these have to be done in corresponding order. If you didn't know, in order to activate 6 and 7, you need to first do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If you want to check the link in the description if you don't know how to do them, then that video will show you. Anyway, so today I'm going to show you the first Wisp, which is number 6, and when you activate 6, obviously then 7 is going to become available for you to activate and it will play. If you don't know about these, then these are just Wisps that you can find around the map, and when you shoot them or throw grenades on them, Dr. Monty will begin to talk and tell you information about the zombie storyline. So when you've activated number 5 behind the carpets, then come over to here by the elevator trap, and you will see just in between the two gaps here, hidden is the 6th Wisp. Shoot it, throw a grenade on it, either of the two, it will activate and Dr. Monty will say this.
Okay, here's a quick cheat sheet. You all fought in World War I. Whoopee! You were badass heroes. That was true. That happened. Later, some other versions of you ended up as lab rats in some crazy World War II experiments. Experiments that left you a bit, kind of, not that smart. Your memories were mostly erased, and you just kind of bumbled and stumbled around in time and space, oblivious to your past and future actions.
Okay, here's a quick cheat sheet. You all fought in World War I. You were badass heroes. Yes, that part was true. That happened. Later, some of the versions of you ended up as lab rats in crazy World War II experiments. Experiments that left you kind of not that smart. Your memories were mostly erased, and you just kind of bumbled and stumbled around time and space, oblivious to your past and future actions. So that is the first one, which is interesting because Dr. Monty gives us a cheat sheet. He basically tells us a quick overview of the events that have gone down with our characters. We all fought in World War I, but then other versions of us in other universes during World War II became captured by Group 935, that part we know. We then became experimented on by Dr. Richthofen. He erased our memories, the 115 affected us, and when we woke up as test subjects, Dempsey, Nikolai and Takeo couldn't remember anything. We were, back in World at War, Richthofen's super soldiers. He captured us, wiped our memories, so during that time, during when we were travelling from place to place, for example from Der Riest to Kina der Toten, from Kina der Toten to the next map, to Call of the Dead to Moon, Shangri-La, so on, we forgot our past actions. We couldn't remember being brainwashed by Richthofen being captured, so as he says, during World War II, when we were captured by Group 935, our memories were erased and we just bumbled and stumbled around space and time without knowing our past actions, but also without knowing our future actions, which would eventually lead up to the event on Moon with Richthofen taking over. We were oblivious to actually helping him and take control of the zombies, and one of those future actions would have been us assisting to the destruction of the Earth. So that's a short Wisp, but the 7th one gets extremely more interesting. Now, to activate and find this one, you need to first complete the 6th, but when you've done that, you can then come over to the 3rd floor of the spawn, and up this woman's skirt, up the skirt of this mannequin. Treyarch are really hiding these Wisps in strange places. Anyway, just look up this mannequin's skirt and you're gonna find the 7th Wisp, and this is what Dr. Monty says.
You know how people say that every snowflake is unique? That every single one is an individual, a one-of-a-kind, irrefutable evidence of the miracles of Mother Nature? Well, it's not true. Snowflakes aren't all that unique. There are really only about 12 different designs. The point I'm making is that you lot are hardly one-of-a-kind snowflakes. You were fragmented across a multitude of different realities, but each and every one is basically the same. You are all you. The liar, the braggart, the drunk. The one who didn't know what he had until it was gone. The good soldier. Never disobeyed orders, never broke protocol, still kicked ass all the same. The loyal servant. A warrior out of time, born too late or born too early. Honor bound to dying traditions. The man-child, broken and twisted by a life burdened with knowledge. Living like a soul who is perpetually drowning.
You know how people say that every snowflake is unique, that every single one is an individual, one of a kind, irrefutable evidence of the miracles of Mother Nature? Well, it's not true. Snowflakes aren't all that unique. There are really only about 12 different designs. The point here I'm making is that you lot are hardly one-of-a-kind snowflakes. You are fragments across a multitude of different realities, but each and every one of you is basically the same. You are all you. Now, he does say more, but let me just go on to explain this first. So what he's basically telling us, or from my understanding of this, is that people think that every snowflake is unique, comparing it to people. People, us, we think that everyone, every individual is unique. If we have thousands of other universes out there, then that means we have thousands of different subversions of us. But actually, Dr. Monty is saying that that's not exactly the case. In fact, there are only 12 different designs to a snowflake, so if there are 1,000 different universes out there may only be 12 different versions of us. He says our characters, Richthofen, Takeo, Nikolai and Dempsey, are hardly one-of-a-kind snowflakes. We were fragments across a multitude of different realities, but each and every one of us is basically the same. You are all you. We have parallel and also alternate universes. These were what Richthofen was studying over in Origins. A parallel universe is, for example, I don't know how I can describe this, but if we have a parallel universe, then basically pretty much things are exactly the same. Whilst a few bits and bobs may change, maybe in this universe I've got black hair, in the other universe I've got blonde hair, but basically our personalities are the same. But then we have alternate universes where I and my other version in the alternate universe may be totally different. So we have two different types of universes that I think we actually forget about that we have in the zombie storyline. He's basically saying just because we have hundreds of thousands of other universes out there doesn't mean that we have hundreds of thousands different versions of our characters. In fact, those 100,000 are basically all the same. There may be a few minor changes, but deep down, you are all you. Our minds all work the same. Then goes on to describe our characters. Now, although he doesn't exactly say as to who he's talking about, we can get a good idea. The first thing he says is, the liar, the brag rat, the drunk. The one who didn't know what he had until it was gone. We can safely assume because of him describing him as drunk, this is talking about Nikolai. This is what Dr. Monty describes Nikolai as. The liar, the brag rat, the one that didn't know what he had until it was gone. By this he means Nikolai's wife. We know she was killed in a bombing raid, or at least at the ending cutscene, Nikolai says to his 01 version that we both feel the same pain. We know that she was lost during the raid. Nikolai didn't appreciate her, but when she died, then he finally realised what he had lost. Dr. Monty then talks about the next character and he says, the good soldier. Never disobeyed orders, never broke protocol, but still kicked ass. And we can say this one is talking about our very own Marine, the soldier, Tank Dempsey. He then says the loyal servant, a warrior out of time, born too late or born too early. Unbound to dying traditions, and this one we could say is about Takeo Masaki, the Emperor's servant, but little did he know that he was betrayed by him when he was captured in Zetsuba no Shima. And then finally, he talks about our last character, which was Edward Richthofen, and he says, the man-child, broken and twisted by a life burdened with knowledge, living like a soul who is perpetually drowning. And this is basically Richthofen. That's exactly how he would be described. So that is Dr. Monty roasting our characters. This guy is freaking harsh, but you know what? I really like him. So far, he's come into the game and he's doing an absolutely amazing job. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found out something new. If you have and you just want to take a second out of your time and drop me a like rating, I ask because it's the best thing you can do. I really appreciate it. It just shows me that you guys are supporting and it's just feedback to let me know that you are enjoying the videos. Leave a subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Summers videos, and of course I will see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.